Find out how you can help at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wheel of Fortune, weekdays at 6:30 p.m. on KHQA CBS. This is KHQA Overtime with Chris Dewar. Brought to you by Con Communications. This is KHQA. It's your news now.
And this is Saturday, August the 8th, and you have indeed entered overtime. We are back, which means essentially after stealing money from my employer for the last, 5 or 6 weeks, I actually have to do some work, which is great because it's football season. And that is what we love the most. We've got lots of good stuff coming your way. Sort of our preseason salvo tonight as we're kicking things off with a trio of barnstorm stops in some places in Northeast Missouri that got to do a little contact football today. Ain't nothing better than that. Palmyra, Hannibal, and Mark Twain all coming your way in just a second. But we've got to start tonight with a very impressive last leg of a Leatherneck family legacy. With his twin brother Chip and his older brother Jimmy having already graduated, Eddie Schlog has one last chance to extend an already impressive family legacy at Western Illinois this season. And the former Q&D star and current Leatherneck defensive end seems well heeled to do exactly that.
You know, it's kind of a bragging right with the other brothers. You know, it's something we just got to fight through. We've been through a lot of injuries and a lot of, seasons. And I think, I talk to Chip and I talk to the family at home, and it's kind of fun saying, like, well, I got one more season and you don't. So it's kind of a great experience that I'm going to have and hopefully, capture on that.
Well, I think Eddie can have a great year. I believe he's capable of being an all-conference player in our league. Played very well last year. He's a very consistent player, which you need out of your defensive front people. We need him to be a guy that not only is a good player against the run, but to be a guy that can rush the passer and hurry the quarterbacks in our league. And he and Trent Norvell were named as our two captains, which tells you the confidence that our team has in him as well.
Honestly, I probably wouldn't be in the same point if it wasn't for, Jimmy and Chip. So, I'm grateful for them and all they've done. But, however, yeah, I'm a little in the shadows behind them.
Eddie, what's it mean to be named captain of this football team?
It motivates me quite a bit. But, however, I got to use that motivation to inspire others. I try to take as much responsibility as I possibly can.
You used to win your high school career. You come here, you guys struggle, obviously, early in your career. And now here, your senior year, a lot of expectations. What's this been like? Some rides are a roller coaster ride, but however, we still got to, keep our heads high. Sometimes one of our things that we've always been saying is, expect to win. And I think that's a huge thing that we have going on. And, the one saying that Coach Nielsen came up with is Bob, and we got to believe in what we're going to be doing. We got to keep that ownership of what we have to believe in, but have it be a brotherhood, whether it's going to be, by blood, with Jimmy and Chip, but by brothers, whether it's going to be the D-line, offensive line. We all got to be a brotherhood.
And well, the whole Schlog dynasty is coming to an end in Macomb. The brotherhood of tri-state linemen going to the Division I level will be extended beyond Eddie. We've got two of them out there. Of course, Gabe Meganson, as we speak, over in beautiful Champaign, the former Jacksonville star, trying to work his way into the depth chart over with the Fighting Illini. And West Lafayette, Indiana's delayed gratification is America's hometown's current wonderful net gain, as the Hannibal Pirates have one of the best linemen in the entire state of Missouri at their disposal in Dylan Powell, who will help front the way for what the Pirates hope will be their deepest charge into the postseason since that 2006 appearance at the Dome. And I tell you what, as you're about to see in a few seconds from the block Dylan Powell will throw for you, they are well heeled to do exactly that up front.
Man, I just pick out who's in front of me and run, and they're all big, especially Dylan. You get behind him, it's just like parting the Red Sea.
We're a lot more experienced this year. We had a lot of people that was first time playing varsity last year, so it got a year under their belt, and really we've been working hard this summer, and a lot of people have gotten a lot bigger, so we're definitely confident that we're going to have a pretty good line.
I think we're a little bit more mature, a little bit bigger, a little stronger in the trenches, both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. When you've got 5 starters back or 6 on the offensive line, you've got all 4 of your defensive starters back, plus linebackers that started games last year. We feel like we're better up front.
It feels maybe even a little unfair for Hannibal to get to mesh this kind of brute physicality with so much returning speed. Yet given all the adversity they were thrown last year at this time, on the field and off, the Pirates were a program overdue a good turn. And as such, maybe they've been better forged for a better purpose by the past forces that had worked against them.
This year our group of seniors is we're leaders. That we haven't had, I don't think, this kind of group of seniors in a long time, and I think we're ready to take that next step.
I feel like we're in a good spot. We have a lot of guys that are willing to do what they need to do, and even, we look at last year and we go, okay, it was good, but we know we can do better, and I think that we can just build off of that.
We're not looking for a district championship. We're not looking for that. We want to play and play week in, week out as far as we can go.
To that end, the Pirates are armed to the teeth with weapons. Shamar Griffith electrified his way to nearly 1,700 rushing yards at a 9 yards per clip average as a sophomore. And he'll get a more physical caddy to work with this season in bruising fullback Eric Jones. And as if that weren't enough, Bowling Green pledge and reigning KHQA Missouri-Iowa defensive MVP Jerry McBride moves full-time to quarterback, giving a dynamic new bent to the Pirate option.
And we're just kind of taking advantage offensively of the personnel that we have, trying to spread the field a little bit. We're going to be the same old Hannibal. We want to run the football. We're going to run the option, particularly with Jerry at quarterback. But we also felt like we need to spread the field a little bit just to I don't know, allow our athletes to be athletes in the field.
Running the option really helps us because we get to leave one person alone, so then we got 11 on 10 basically. So Jerry's doing a great job reading, so is Trevor, and it makes our job easier as linemen because then we can down block and then climb to the next level.
Coach has been trying to get me to play quarterback for a couple years now. This year I feel like we were really comfortable. Me and Trevor Watts have been taking a lot of reps, and I feel like my offense trusts me enough to run the offense and get points on the board. Actually, I feel like the game slowed down a lot for me. I feel like I'm in control of the play more than I have been in past years, so it's exciting.
Defensively, Hannibal does have Division I performers on both the line and in the secondary, but it is the Pirates' promising linebacker group, headlined by Devin Thomas and Colton Gottman, that sets the template for success, even against a brutal schedule.
Well, we've got linebackers with a lot of experience. You're talking about 3 linebackers, 2 of which started all year last year playing 11 games, and some of them even played as sophomores. So we've got a lot of experience at the linebacker position, and it's nice to have that behind a senior-dominated defensive line. And so if we shore up the defensive backfield, we feel like we can be pretty solid on defense.
Well, I feel like since most of our defensive players are returning starters, and lots of them are seniors, and myself at linebacker, I feel like since we have the experience and we've been playing for so long, it just helps out. I feel like we kind of know what's going to happen even before it happens, honestly.
Our non-conference schedule's tough. MICDS, Jeff City, Elias, and Battle are 3 non-conference. You're talking about 3 teams that have been very solid. Battle winning the state championship in 5A last year. Elias is always very good. So we just got to get better. The bottom line is if you're going to compete at a high level, you got to play high-level teams, and we're going to do that.
I think we can go all the way. I know we can go all the way. Nothing to it but to do it.
Hey, come on, Zach, jump in. Hey!
And the Pirates will open at home with MICDS. If the temperature is less than 200 degrees on the field at Hannibal, it will be cooler than it was last year down in beautiful St. Louis. Now, you heard Jerry McBride talking a little bit about, well, what a wonderful season he had last year, and also his recruitment. Excuse me. I'm choking to death here, but yet still anchoring. I'm a professional. You've heard him talk a little bit about his recruitment. There was a nice groundswell of attention for him later in the process, but early on decided he was going to Bowling Green. Now, Mark St. Clair told us at the time that Jerry was receiving some of the best recruitment he's ever seen from any of his players by BG, and of course that's exactly what Jerry confirmed for us today.
Green, they offered me in early April during track season. They came to the school,
Can you give me some water,
practice, and offered me afterwards. And we kept a really good relationship. And between the days, the weeks, it just kept growing and growing. And I felt comfortable with making my decision.
Today, scrimmage for soccer, blue pennies versus red shirts. Pennies up 1-0, moving the ball well. And along the sidelines here, you're about to see the German foreign exchange student Heinrich Twain, who's going to come up with a beautiful, powerful left foot, punch that home and extend the Blue Pennies out to a 2-0 lead at that point. They're not done yet. Great movement in this 20-minute scrimmage from the Hannibal Blue Pennies, which were mostly the varsity guys. Adam Albright going to come up and score from right in front of the net right here after some nifty maneuvering, and wow, just finds himself a nice little tap in right there. Made it 3-0. Pablo in net for the Red Shirts, though. That's Luke Anderson. He's a good one. Had a couple of big saves in this match, or this scrimmage match, I should say, including one right there from point-blank range. Talk much more about the Hannibal Pirates as we get into the fall as well. And we are just getting warmed up here on the big overtime show. 2 more barnstorm stops coming your way. 2 teams that look pretty darn good in the last couple of days, including the Mark Twain Tigers, who've got a lot of juniors in the mix. They had their first day of contact today, and they certainly embraced that. That story coming up next.
The ground provides for us in many ways. It's where we played as kids. It's where feeding our family begins. It's where our dedication blossoms. With a water furnace geothermal unit from Peters, the ground also provides free renewable energy to heat and cool your home. Geothermal with Peters is the cost-effective choice that can save you up to 70% on utility bills, and tax credits are still available. Call today for a free evaluation and discover water furnace at the nation's #1 dealer, Peters Heating and Air Conditioning.
Follow KHQA during the Mountain Dew Days of Summer, supported by County Market. Meet KHQA on-air personalities and watch us broadcast our news live. Be sure to bring your lawn chairs for great live entertainment, a movie at dusk, and enjoy some popcorn, courtesy of Heatco, your propane professionals. The Mountain Dew Days of Summer, supported by County Market, will be in Quincy, in Washington Park, this Thursday, August 13th. Show us how you do in Quincy this Thursday.
You know, the Poke 500 represents a new way of doing business. Everybody wants to know they got the best deal possible, but how do you really know? This is how you know. Just bring us your best deal from any other dealer on any new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep vehicle or Ram truck, and we'll beat that deal by at least $500, guaranteed. Now, if we don't beat that deal, we'll service the one you buy somewhere else, free for the next 2 years. It's so hard to get a guarantee in today's world. This is one. We are going to guarantee the best deal.
Introducing the free next generation KHQA News app. It's smarter, faster, and more interactive than ever. Customize your local news however you want and play it back from your playlist whenever you want. You can select alerts, choose the type size of stories, and get multiple weather and traffic views with just a touch. Search story archives or connect with favorite news personalities. And that's just the beginning. KHQA News. It's a brave new app. Get the details and download your free app today. KHQA. Working for you. It's about being prepared. It's about getting there safely. It's about calming their fears. It's about the people you love who depend on you. It's your job to make sure they're safe, and it's our job to help. When severe weather strikes, we go live. KHQA 7 Storm Team. Online, on the go. The 7 Storm Team and Hilbing Auto Body, keeping you and your family safe during severe weather season. You're watching KHQA Overtime with Chris Dewar. Brought to you by Con Communications.
And welcome back to Overtime, everybody, where after a quick tracheotomy in the commercial break, I'm back ready to go. Always fun. This was a high school football holiday of sorts in the Show Me State today. After 5 days of Misha-enforced acclimation, kids got to stop blocking garbage cans and playing two-hand touch in practice and got down to the business of hitting, which they did very well today in Center, Missouri.
Good. It's pretty exciting. Last night we all went to bed early. Like I said, we got up this morning, came out here, and we're ready to put the smack down.
The excitement level in Center, Missouri is well justified. These Tigers are coming off a breakthrough 5-win campaign accomplished while playing a predominantly sophomore roster, which means the window Mark Twain fans have been pointing to for 3 years has finally arrived. And that timing couldn't be more opportune for new skipper Carl Asbury, who inherits at Mark Twain a very different situation than the rebuild he had at Menden Unity.
Coach Hudson's done a fantastic job so far, and I just want to keep building on what he did. And big junior class here, that's a majority of the starters, and that's a pretty good thing to work with. And hopefully this will keep going, and they'll play to their best of their potential.
Not that Carl Asbury won't add his own touches to the program. The Tigers have, in fact, adopted his spin option offense, and it's been an easy embrace for the guy triggering the show.
It's been nice. I get the option to keep the ball every time. It's kind of in my hands whether Tyler gets to run the ball or I get to run the ball. It's on my read, so it's going to be pretty fun.
They've come together and playing together well, and they're catching on really fast. You know, a couple days through camp, we put stuff in, and they catch right on. So that was the biggest thing is that they're smart, they're knowing what to do, and so that's, you know, really hasn't had too much of a learning curve from offense to offense. Yeah, I think, you know, I don't know how many times they actually passed last year. We may pass a little bit more, and he's taken to that. He also may get to run the ball a little bit more too. So it's more of kind of a read thing. So he'll get the opportunity to use his full ability as well to help propel this offense.
There's transitional benefit here in returning a 1,700-yard rusher from last season in Tyler Illich.
Knowing that when I came in, he's been very given a lot of effort and everything like that. He wants to have the ball, and we got a lot of guys, offensive lineman-wise, that want to block for him, and all the other running backs as well. So it's a very good piece to have, and hopefully that'll keep going, and he'll keep striving to do his best as well.
Just don't let Illich's presence here obscure the root fundamentals that are truly gone well. The development of a big physical offensive line fronted by Walker Sharp, Taryn Finnegan, and Dalton Hill, and a defense that is really starting to play downhill, with arguably the EMO's top linebacking group.
Oh, they could be super good this year. We're working on it every day, putting new stuff in, seeing what works. The new personnel, they're going to be pretty tough this year.
Yeah, they take really good pride in their defense, and so we're just trying to get things together, go to the right techniques, and building off of that, so that way they know what to do and not have to think and just react and go. And that's what most people want to do, is just have that confidence and just go.
We've always been, like I said, we've always been able to stuff the run. We've been flying around. Our backers can hit. We've had a big D-line. But this year, we've mostly been working on the pass coverages, because the emo pass, and that's what tore us up last year. They just passed over us. Monroe City killed us in the pass game. So we've been really working on that this year, and like I say, we still have the ability to stop the run.
Yeah, I know Mom's not a fan, but I really like Ethan Mack's facial growth, kind of the goatee/mustache thing going on for a quarterback. That's a good look. Quality stuff right there. Mark Twain looks like they're going to be much improved. Got a big showdown with Westran, which lost everything quarterback Zane Jacoby, lost their head coach, the great Curtis Jasper, who moved on. So could be a real interesting run against Westran, and then Paris and I think Van Far straight off the bat for Mark Twain. Should be a fun schedule. Well, right here next week on Overtime, we will finally reveal our preseason power poll of the Tri-State football's top 10 teams. And at the risk of stealing my own thunder, I will tell you tonight what you will learn next week. The team that will top that list, the squad that has the best chance relative to its own schedule to be the last team standing in our area, are these guys.
It's nice coming in knowing that, you know, what we've done in the past and what we have in our future, and this is the greatest job in the world, and I'm glad to be here, and I love the kids, and it's just to watch them work every day is just amazing, and it just makes it so much fun.
Blue Indiana 2.
Go! Enthusiasm for the job of coaching football has long been a Kevin Miles hallmark. It was when he was getting his hat handed to him nightly at Mark Twain, and it was front and center when he took over his alma mater a half-decade ago, even though the rebuild he inherited was anything but an easy sell or a quick fix.
I know when we started here 5 years ago, you know, it was kind of a process, and, you know, we came in, we had a great coaching staff, kids that, you know, people did stuff right. We had a good group of kids that came through, kind of got us started, and it's been fun to just watch it kind of build and snowball, and the success has breeded some enthusiasm in the community and in the school, and it's been a lot of fun.
But it is that critical word in the Kevin Miles lexicon, fun, that may be ripe for complete redefinition in the Flower City this fall. On paper, Palmyra is the most complete team in all of Tri-State football. The Panthers returned 15 starters from a Final Four team, boast 4 returning All-Staters on their defense alone, and don't appear to possess a single roster soft spot.
We're in a position right now that we can easily, you know, achieve any goal we want, as long as we just got to work hard.
State championship or nothing this year. I mean, we can win district championships, conference championships, but I don't think it'll matter as much if we don't win the state championship.
We want to be the first team in Palmyra history, you know, to go complete that goal. We always talk about it. I mean, since our freshman year, we've always went one step further, and we want to just finish it out this year and win it all.
That kind of talk isn't born from overconfidence. To the contrary, it's rooted in the humble. The Panthers would be the first to tell you they got punched in the mouth at times last season, most notably and painfully by their arch rivals Monroe City. But in so doing, grew up and figured out that focus and attention to detail, even for a team of their considerable talents, isn't optional.
We're in everyone's targets, I think, so I think we're ready to take that on and go win some games this year.
For obvious reasons, much of the preseason focus centers on the defense.
We've always preached, get kids that play downhill and be physical, and we have that. But then when you return 4 kids that did it last year, and the coaches felt like they were warranted of some All-State nominations and All-State awards, they're coming back this year as a nice nucleus to get that defense going on the right foot.
But it is the growth on the other side of the football that could ultimately bridge the gap to Palmyra's lofty goals. Year 2 of Ben Sheffy at quarterback is certainly an asset.
And his big thing is confidence. We just kept telling ourselves, he missed his sophomore year due to a shoulder injury. So really last year was his sophomore year. So now he's coming in with a good year experience and made some mistakes. And you can just see the confidence in his eyes and the way he leads the team. And he's starting to have fun and starting to really get what's going on.
There is also a deep treasure trove of varied skill position assets in play, be it a power runner like Travis Harvey, a solid, speedy edge threat like Phillip Bland, or a seemingly inexhaustible supply of physical pass catchers.
And that's great because right now we're too deep at every skill position that are all seniors, and they're all athletes, and some got, some are tall, long with some athleticism, some speed, some got a little power, and they really work well together, and they accent each other very well.
A lot of seniors returning this year, and we're pretty set up front, and we got like 2 deep in pretty much every position, so we have a lot we can do. We have a lot of speed.
They got a lot of everything. That's a really good football team shaping up there in Palmyra. More barnstorming tomorrow night right here as we'll take a look at the Knox County Eagles. We'll be right back with more overtime coming up after this.